You're not imagining it, God is trying to get your attention. The strange restlessness in your spirit, the sudden isolation, the loss of old friendships, the door that slammed shut just when you thought it would open, these are not coincidences. They are divine signals. If you're seeing these signs, God is preparing to elevate you, but most people miss the shift because it doesn't look like a promotion, it looks like pain. When God is about to elevate you, He often disrupts your comfort. You lose your usual rhythm. What once satisfied you now feels empty. That's not depression. That's divine dissatisfaction. He's shifting your appetite so you'll crave higher things. Isaiah 43 verse 19 says, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" The question isn't whether He's working. It's whether you're perceiving it. Elevation always starts with separation. People you thought would be with you forever suddenly distance themselves. Conversations dry up. Invitations stop. And you're left wondering what you did wrong. But this is the hidden mercy of God. Before He promotes, He prunes. John 15 verse 2 says, "Every branch that bears fruit, He prunes so that it will be even more fruitful." Pruning feels like rejection, but it's preparation. If you're being stripped, it's because something greater is being formed. Another sign? You feel like you're losing control. Doors are closing without explanation. The more you try to hold on, the more things slip through your fingers. That's not failure, it's divine interruption. God is shutting down the routes that kept you stuck in smallness. Proverbs 19 verse 21 reminds you, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." Watch your environment. Suddenly you don't fit where you used to belong. Your spirit starts rejecting toxicity. Gossip, negativity, lukewarm conversations. They now irritate your soul. That's not pride. That's your spirit growing. God won't elevate what refuses to evolve. He'll stir you to rise above what once entertained you. It's spiritual detox. Your elevation requires higher surroundings. Psalm 1 says, "Blessed is the one who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked." If you're feeling disconnected from familiar places, that's a sign God is positioning you for more. Pay attention to the dreams, the prophetic nudges, the repeated scriptures you keep stumbling across. Heaven is whispering strategy. God doesn't elevate randomly, He elevates intentionally. And when your destiny is calling, distractions will multiply. The attacks will intensify. The enemy doesn't waste bullets on anything that isn't a threat. If warfare increases, it's a confirmation, not a contradiction. Another hidden sign? You're being called into obedience that makes no sense. God will start asking for your yes in uncomfortable places. He'll prompt you to give, to forgive, to walk away, to let go, without showing you the next step. And this is the test few people pass. Because elevation is tied to trust. God doesn't show the full picture. He reveals the next instruction. Just like Abraham in Genesis 12, you're told to go to a land I will show you. Not a full map, just a promise. If you're sensing unusual urges to act in faith without logic, that's elevation knocking. Don't ignore it. Radical obedience is the elevator button. Then there's the stretching. When you're about to be elevated, everything feels tight. Your schedule, your finances, your relationships. It's not punishment, it's preparation. God is enlarging your capacity. Like Isaiah 54 verse 2 says, "Enlarge the place of your tent." But enlargement feels like pressure before it looks like progress. If you're feeling pressed, it's because you're being positioned. God won't place a new mantle on untested shoulders. That inner tension is producing spiritual muscle. And few talk about this. Before God elevates you, He often hides you. Obscurity is a forge. Don't despise being unseen. David was anointed in private long before he was crowned in public. You're not being ignored. You're being incubated. Hiddenness protects what's still forming. God is shielding you from premature exposure. And here's another powerful but painful sign. Your old prayers stop working. The formulas you once relied on no longer bring comfort. That's not spiritual dryness. It's an invitation to deeper intimacy. God is elevating your spiritual language. He's pulling you out of routine religion into raw, real communion. If you're suddenly unsatisfied with surface-level devotion, don't panic. You're being summoned to the deep. Psalm 42 verse 7 says, "Deep calls to deep." And with that depth comes authority. Elevation isn't just about platforms, it's about power. Spiritual weight is birthed in private surrender. Your current hunger is prophetic. Don't dismiss it. Also, if you're finding yourself increasingly bold in your convictions, pay attention. Elevation comes with a voice. You're no longer willing to stay silent when something offends your spirit. You're speaking truth with a new fire. That's a sign. God is sharpening your discernment. You're not being judgmental, you're being set apart. That fire in your bones? That's the Holy Spirit preparing you to influence more than you ever imagined. Jeremiah said, "His word is like fire shut up in my bones." This urgency to speak, to lead, to shift atmospheres, it's not your ego. It's your calling breaking through. You may also notice unusual provision, unexpected blessings, random favor, open doors you didn't knock on, people recommending you for things you didn't apply for. That's not luck. That's the fingerprint of God. Elevation comes with divine acceleration. What should have taken years is happening in weeks. God is redeeming time because you stayed faithful. Joel 2 verse 25 says, "I will restore the years the locusts have eaten." If blessings are showing up faster than your ability to explain them, don't apologize. Receive. You're in a season of divine reward. You didn't earn it, but you did endure for it. But don't miss this. With elevation comes greater responsibility. God will start demanding a cleaner life. Things you once tolerated, you now have to walk away from. You're not being punished, you're being purified. Hebrews 12 verse 11 says discipline produces righteousness. God disciplines those he trusts with destiny. So if you're feeling the fire, it's not to destroy you, it's to refine you. Your next level can't carry old habits. That conviction in your spirit? That's holy preparation. And lastly, if you're feeling completely unqualified, completely overwhelmed, and constantly asking, "God, are you sure you picked the right person?" You're right on schedule. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. Moses stuttered. Gideon hid. Peter denied. And yet they were elevated because they obeyed. Elevation is not about perfection. It's about surrender. God isn't looking for the best resume. He's looking for the loudest yes. If your life feels like it's unraveling, it's because God is rebuilding it from the foundation up. New levels demand new structure. You can't walk in the next season with the same mindset. That shaking you feel? That's God breaking old patterns. That emptiness you sense? That's God making room. That urgency in your chest? That's the call. You've been marked. You've been chosen. You've been prepared in the fire, crushed in the pressing, and now comes the oil. But don't miss it. Don't rush it. Don't doubt it. Step boldly. Pray deeply. Listen closely. Because if you're seeing these signs, God isn't just changing your season. He's changing your story. What you do next will determine what you step into. Move with heaven. Speak with faith. Walk with fire. Your elevation is not coming. It's already begun.